everyone, welcome to my class. In this video I'll be starting the third chapter of class 10th history, that is nationalism in India. And before I discuss the content of the chapter, I'll be discussing some of the important years and the developments and events that took place. This is very essential because whenever I teach this topic, I prefer to introduce these years and developments to the students because it helps them in building their knowledge in a proper chronological order, in proper sequence, so that they are aware of the things that happened year wise year, right? So let's start the topic. Take it as a story, right? How the developments were taking place in India during those days, how the nationalist spirit was generated amongst the Indians. In political sense, what developments were taking place at that time, right? Now let's start the topic. In the year 1885, formation of Indian National Congress was. This was the year known for formation of Indian National Congress, right? This was one of the major achievement of the Indians to form first time a political party representing the entire India, right? It was a great achievements of Indians at that time. Its first session was held in Bombay under the presidentship of W.C. Banerjee. His name was Vyomesh Chandra Banerjee, and in this first session, total 72 delegates attended this session from different regions of India. Right. Beside W.C. Banerjee, there were some other important prominent leaders were Badruddin Taib ji, Dadabhai Naroji, Gopal Krishna Gokhale. There were many. Right. These were some of the prominent leaders. And one name which is very important is A.O. Hume. A.O. Hume was a retired English servant, a civil servant in India, and with his efforts, the formation of this Congress was possible, right? He actually persuaded the government to accept the demand of Indians to have a political party in India, right? So the credit goes to A.O. Hume, right? So this is how the first time the political party formed in India. Now 1885 to 1905, the leaders in Indian National Congress, they were called moderates, right? Moderates due to their nature of working, due to their belief in the government, in the British government, right? They believed that the Britishers are ruling India, and we Indians can learn many things from them, right? If we want to modernize our nation, then we need to accept their rule. So they never wanted to end the British rule in India in its initial phase, right? And moreover, they believed that the methods adopted by the moderates were a proper legal way of presenting their demands in front of the government, right? They believed in 3 P's: prayer, petition, and protest. Means very slowly they firstly write their demands, then they'll keep their demands in front of the government, and government can think over it, and every time they reject their demands. So, some of the great things that were done by the moderates, that due to their initial efforts, the moderates were able to spread awareness among the Indians in different. They actually linked the different regions of India into one fold. They make people aware of the things that politically they are representing their demands in front of the government, and many administrative works were done by them, right? So they were called moderates. Questions comes on these terms, right? 1905, I'm saying 1885, since the formation of the Indian National Congress till 1905 was a phase of moderates, right? What happened in the year 1905? That a drastic change came in the Indian National Congress. It was the partition of Bengal by Lord Curzon. Now, partition of Bengal in the year 1905 done by Lord Curzon. Now, to understand why the partition was done, we'll see first of all, when we are talking about Bengal province of that time, we are not talking about the West Bengal, but we are talking about the Bangladesh, present day Bangladesh, West Bengal, parts of Bihar, parts of eastern UP, Odisha, northeastern states. So this entire region of India, a major region of northeastern part of India, were Bengal province at that time, right? And Lord Curzon wanted to divide this province into two parts. Why? The question is why they have taken this decision, because this was a center of nationalist activities. The people of Bengal were educated. This was the region, if you remember, the Britishers, they started ruling India from this region. Due to, remember the Battle of Buxar, Battle of Plassey, that took place here, and this was the first region which came in their control. So what they set up their administration there, they introduced the modern education, they made the institutions, educational institution here, they introduced the modern education here. So this was the region where the people were well aware of, they were educated, they were well aware of the westernized thoughts, and they started understanding the policies of the Britishers. They were the leaders here in Bengal region, they were mobilizing the people against the Britishers. They raised their voice against the British rule because they found the British policies very exploitative, right? So this became a center of great agitation, and Lord Curzon wanted to divide this part so that a division can be done. The division was, though they have portrayed that the division is done because the province is huge and the government is facing a problem in running the administration there. So by dividing the province into two parts, they wanted to introduce a smooth running of the administration. It will help them in their efficient working, right? But the prime motive behind doing this division was to divide the population of Bengal into two parts on the basis of religion. They have created two Bengals, West Bengal and East Bengal. West Bengal was reserved for the Hindus and the East Bengal was reserved for the Muslims. So this is how they have done the division. They have first time followed the policy of divide and rule, right? And this decision, this division brought a drastic change in the mentality of Indians, right? So this was the partition of Bengal done in the year 1905. Now from 1905 to 1920 was a phase of extremists or radicals. Sometimes you'll find this word in the books. Now, phase of extremists and radicals. Still so far in Indian National Congress, mostly the leaders were called moderates. But from this, after this event, many of the young leaders who have joined the Indian National Congress, they have changed. There was a drastic change in their ideology. They were called extremists. They were called radicals because now they no more wanted to follow the moderate policies towards the government. They wanted to take the strict actions against the government's decision. They wanted to show their anger, to keep their to pressurize the government and to whatever extent was required. So due to their changed ideology, they were called extremists and radicals, right? To oppose the partition of Bengal in 1906, when the event took place. After that, in 1906, Swadeshi and boycott movement was started. It was greatly led by Bal Gangadhar Tilak, right? Now, Swadeshi and boycott movement, very, very, very important movements. Now, as the name suggests, Swadeshi, Swam ke desh ka, Yani, to this movement was focused on using indigenous goods to promote Indian industries, to promote Indian trade. Swadeshi movement was launched, and to make it successful, another movement called boycott movement was launched. Means boycotting of the British goods. These movements were based on simple ideology that the Britishers were primarily traders, and if anyhow their trade is destroyed, then they will lose their interest in India and they'll go back to their country. So for destroying their trade, it was required that every Indian should use the Swadeshi products, indigenous products. And when Indian industry will grow, when there was a demand of indigenous goods, then Indian industries will grow, and this can only happen when people start boycotting the British goods. So this is how these complementary movements were started, Swadeshi and boycott. Boycott was not only initially a boycott was focused on boycotting the British goods, but later on it was the sphere expanded to boycotting of English language, boycotting of British institutions, right? So this is how the movement took place in the year 1906. In 1907, Indian National Congress session was held in Surat in Gujarat. This is very important session from map point of view. This question can come and it can be asked in question answer form. Right, Surat session was held in the year 1907, and this session is also called Surat Split. Now, in this session, the Indian National Congress got divided into two groups. Though till so far in Congress, there were the initial leaders who were still following the moderate ways, and the Congress was joined by the new leaders, the young leaders, who have a different divergent thinking to change, to bring changes in the working of the Congress. But finally, a clear division was seen in this session, where two groups formed within the Congress, one of moderates and the extremists. Now, the extremist leaders who were very important were Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Lala Lajpat Rai, Bipin Chandra Pal. In short, Bal Lal Pal. Bal Lal Pal. Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Lala Lajpat Rai, Bipin Chandra Pal. Right? And the moderate leaders were initially who joined the Congress. So, till so far we have covered from 1885 till 1907. We'll be continuing with this in the next video. Please watch this video in proper sequence. Though I have posted many videos on nationalism in India, but in comments I have found that students have complained about the blurring of the videos on sometimes the voice is not audible. So that is why I have decided to re-upload these videos. Right, so do watch these videos in proper sequence again, and this will definitely going to help you. Right, please keep on watching my videos, like, share and review, and subscribe my channel. Thank you.